This is Psalm Masters, where silence turns to shock and calm turns to chaos. Sudden explosions, fierce flames, and heart-stopping moments. Don't blink. The next explosion is just seconds away. Welcome to Psalm Masters. A docked boat suddenly exploded with tremendous force, the blast powerful enough to blow off the upper structure of the vessel. Flames erupted immediately after the explosion, prompting a nearby man to flee the scene in panic. A Ukrainian drone struck an oil depot in the Smolensk region, triggering a massive fire. Multiple explosions followed in rapid succession, shaking the area. Flames erupted violently, casting a terrifying scene of chaos and destruction. A massive fire is raging intensely, with thick black smoke billowing high into the sky. Explosions can still be heard from within the flames, adding to the danger. Numerous fire trucks have been deployed, working urgently to contain the blaze and prevent it from spreading further. The colossal explosion erupted like a blazing fireball, its fierce light engulfing everything around. Horrified screams shattered the air in chaotic waves. Towering black smoke spiraled skyward, like a dark beast swallowing the heavens whole.
Yo, this just happened right now, though.
A collision between two vehicles caused a major fire. Victims were pulled out and lie near the scene. Both cars remain engulfed in flames, with thick smoke halting all traffic in the area.
And they crashed into the other car. We got him out of the car.
A massive explosion tore through the dead of night, unleashing a terrifying scene that no one could forget. The deafening blast shattered the stillness of the darkness, as towering flames illuminated the pitch-black sky. According to initial reports, a massive fire broke out following an explosion at an oil depot. In the dead of night, the flames roared with terrifying intensity, illuminating the entire area like daylight. Thick columns of black smoke rose high into the sky, casting an eerie shadow over the landscape. Witnesses described the blaze as extremely fierce, with heat and scale quickly spiraling out of control during the first crucial hours. Thick black smoke billowed high into the sky, carried by strong winds for over 100 meters, blanketing a vast area. The scene was both suffocating and haunting, reflecting the sheer intensity of the blaze. A sudden lightning strike triggered a deafening explosion in the blink of an eye, a sound so powerful it seemed to tear the sky apart. When nature unleashes its fury, the spectacle is both awe-inspiring and terrifying, a chilling reminder of forces far beyond human control. The fire broke out after a violent collision between two vehicles on the road. Flames quickly erupted, and thick black smoke filled the air, completely obscuring visibility in the area. Firefighters arrived promptly at the scene and began extinguishing the blaze immediately to prevent the situation from escalating further. The scene was chaotic and alarming for everyone nearby. From a distance, it looked like a bombing or a series of explosions. Flames shot up violently, and thick smoke filled the sky. The danger it posed was truly terrifying. The Toyota Prado caught fire after the accident, severely damaged and billowing thick smoke. Panic and screams filled the air as bystanders looked on in fear.
Land Cruiser Prado.
The sky, dark and furious, lights up with blinding bolts of lightning slashing across the heavens like blades of pure energy. Suddenly, a massive strike hits the mountaintop directly, and in an instant, the peak erupts in a violent explosion, bursting into flames like a bomb has gone off. A witness screams in panic, their hands trembling as they film the scene on their phone, overwhelmed by the sheer, terrifying force of nature unleashed before their eyes. An explosion was captured from a distance, yet the thunderous sound revealed its immense power. Moments later, thick black smoke rose in dense plumes, blanketing a portion of the sky. Even from afar, the intensity of the blast was undeniable and deeply unsettling for those who witnessed it. A terrifying explosion suddenly erupted, launching everything into the air. Vehicles, people, everything was caught in a violent storm of destruction, leaving behind significant losses. The blast occurred right in the heart of a bustling street, where smoke and dust filled the sky, turning it a dark, ominous gray. Chaos unfolded in every direction, visible in the frantic eyes and desperate screams of those caught in the mayhem. Before us, a chain of explosions erupts in rapid succession, each blast thundering through the air with terrifying force. In an instant, everything nearby is obliterated. Debris flies in all directions, the ground trembles beneath the impact. Thick smoke and dust rise into the sky, blanketing the area in a choking haze, turning the scene into a wasteland of destruction and disbelief. A massive fire has broken out at a storage yard and is spreading at an alarming rate. The fierce flames are devouring everything in their path, swallowing the entire site within moments. Thick black smoke billows into the sky, cloaking the area in a choking haze. Against the darkness of night, the intense red glow of the fire casts a terrifying, haunting scene, like a nightmare unfolding in real life. A truck loaded with gas cylinders suddenly caught fire on Street S, throwing the entire area into chaos. Flames erupted violently, followed by multiple loud explosions that shook the street like artillery fire. Shattered debris flew in all directions, and thick black smoke billowed into the sky. People nearby fled in panic, while others froze in fear, stunned by the unexpected and dangerous.
Done white already.
A car caught fire fiercely on the road, with firefighters quickly arriving to extinguish the flames while police managed traffic around the scene. Although the fire was brought under control, the vehicle was completely burned, leaving only a charred frame behind. Dozens of homes were forced to evacuate in Utah as a massive wildfire spread rapidly across the region. The landscape glowed in an intense, fiery red, consumed by the searing heat of the flames. Towering plumes of smoke filled the sky as the fire devoured everything in its path. Residents fled in haste, leaving behind a scene that looked like something out of the apocalypse. A building in Poznan, Poland, erupted into flames after a massive explosion in the basement. The fire spread rapidly, engulfing the structure in a terrifying blaze. Thick black smoke poured into the sky, covering the neighborhood in a dark, suffocating haze. The scene quickly turned chaotic as numerous fire trucks and police vehicles arrived on site, racing to contain the fire and evacuate residents amid growing panic and confusion. The flames erupted violently, spreading over a wide area as thick black smoke billowed high into the sky. At least 2 to 3 fire trucks rushed to the scene, blasting water cannons in an attempt to control the blaze. However, the fire remained fierce and unrelenting, showing no signs of slowing down, creating a tense and terrifying scene.
Fire.
Many feared fatalities as the explosion shook everything around. Cars burst into flames, the fire spreading rapidly, causing panic and sending people fleeing in chaos to escape the scene. Though filmed from a distance, the fire reveals a severity that cannot be ignored. Thick white-gray smoke billows relentlessly into the sky, forming a dense, smothering curtain that blankets the area above. Strong winds carry the smoke outward, reducing visibility and choking the air. Flickers of red flames are still visible through the haze, glowing ominously. This is the devastating aftermath of successive explosions, with flames rapidly spreading and consuming everything in their path. Thick black smoke blankets the area, creating a scene of utter destruction. The wailing sirens echo ceaselessly, signaling chaos and total devastation at the site. The footage captures a motorcyclist in Cambridgeshire crashing into the rear of a car and bursting into flames immediately afterward. A car speeding down the road suddenly lost control, skidding violently before bursting into flames right in the middle of the lane. The fire spread rapidly, casting a fierce red glow in the darkness. The cars behind slammed on their brakes in panic, coming to an abrupt halt. The atmosphere turned chaotic and tense as everyone. A fierce blaze erupted at a cargo storage yard, where rows of shipping containers are engulfed in roaring red flames. The fire devours everything in its path as thick black smoke billows into the sky. Unidentified individuals set fire to a cargo truck in the Landy area. The front of the vehicle is engulfed in intense flames and remains out of control, with thick black smoke billowing into the air. The damage is reported to be extensive, making the situation increasingly serious and chaotic. Despite the ongoing explosions, firefighters continue battling the blaze engulfing a parked vehicle. Every second counts as they work tirelessly to prevent the flames from spreading to nearby cars, racing to stop a much larger disaster. At first, it seemed like just an ordinary fire, but suddenly, a massive explosion erupted, causing the flames to surge and spread rapidly. Panic swept through the scene as people scrambled to back away in fear. The terrifying blast left behind devastation in a matter of seconds. A massive blaze erupts, sending thick black smoke billowing high into the sky, blanketing the entire area. In mere moments, everything nearby is consumed by the monstrous inferno, a terrifying force of destruction that devours everything in its path without mercy. The explosion erupted moments after the man left the scene, a narrow escape from personal disaster. The powerful blast completely demolished the public laundry facility, leaving behind rubble and ashes, shaking the surrounding area. According to reports, a massive fire and explosion erupted at an oil factory in Chennai. The blaze raged uncontrollably, sending thick black smoke billowing into the sky and blanketing the entire area. The scale of the fire was so overwhelming that extinguishing it quickly. The flames blazed fiercely, shooting high into the night sky, with thick black smoke blanketing the horizon. The nighttime fire proved even harder to control, harboring immense danger. The thunderous explosions from wartime bombings tear through the sky, unleashing terrifying scenes of fire, thick black smoke, and trembling ground. War is brutal and merciless. The explosion struck without warning, erupting like thunder as flames shot skyward through thick, choking black smoke. The blast was so powerful that debris was hurled violently in all directions, a clear sign of the devastating force behind the detonation. The explosion thundered across the sky, followed by a massive blaze roaring fiercely, with thick black smoke rising high into the night sky. Panic swept through the area, screams of terror echoed non-stop, and people scattered wildly, desperately trying to escape. A grain dryer in Orenburg, near the Kazakhstan border, caught fire violently. The blaze spread rapidly, causing multiple explosions and a full building collapse. Thick smoke rose as residents fled in panic. Suddenly, a thunderous explosion tore through the air. Flames and thick black smoke soared high under the daylight. As the roar subsided, flickering flames still danced over the rubble, painting a scene of chaos and haunting despair. Massive explosions echoed as fire broke out at Khimki Shopping Center, Russia. Fierce flames consumed the entire area. Thick black smoke filled the sky, causing panic and total destruction. A sudden explosion roared like thunder, ripping through the air in an instant. A violent shockwave surged outward, blasting everything nearby into the air. Flames and thick smoke erupted fiercely, engulfing and blowing apart everything within the blast radius. The deafening blast echoed with a blinding flash of light, painting a scene of chaos and terror. The flames flared up more fiercely than ever, engulfing everything in their path. Thick, dense black smoke billowed high into the sky, spreading across the area and creating a terrifying scene that sent chills down everyone's spine. A large fire broke out beside the road, right at the forest edge. Bright flames spread quickly through dry grass and trees, with thick black smoke billowing high. Strong winds fanned the fierce flames, creating a chaotic and dangerous scene that frightened. A massive and terrifying fire broke out, engulfing and destroying everything in its path. The flames erupted with intense fury, accompanied by thick, black smoke billowing high into the sky, blanketing the entire horizon. A neighbor managed to capture the stunning moment lightning struck a tree with incredible force. In a flash, a blinding bolt lit up the sky, followed by a deafening crack that shook the surroundings.
That was a good one.
The explosion thundered with terrifying force, ripping through the air in an instant. Thick, pitch-black smoke surged upward like a towering pillar, engulfing the sky. The sheer danger of the blast sent chills down the spines of all who witnessed it. A fuel truck exploded on the M11 highway in Kalininsky district. Flames surged violently as thick black smoke filled the sky. It's hard to believe to see flames burning right inside the trunk of a tree, as if the fire is defying the very laws of nature. A fierce thunderstorm is about to strike, with lightning bolts tearing across the sky, flashing relentlessly and illuminating a corner of the dark night. Amid the chaos, excited screams echo from a group. The car was engulfed in flames and suddenly exploded. Surprisingly, the woman nearby seemed rather intrigued as she watched the dramatic scene unfold.
Misty, scoot back!
Flames burst violently into the sky, followed by thick black smoke. Truly dangerous.
Misty, scoot back!
The explosion appeared to be anticipated, with barricades set up and all residents evacuated safely away from the house. something suddenly exploded with immense force, shattering everything around it in an instant. The deafening blast tore through the air, sending debris flying in all directions, and the explosion erupted suddenly right in front of the vehicle, leaving everyone in shock. The camera, filming from a curious bystander's view, captures the horrifying scene, an explosion on the highway with massive flames and thick black smoke rising straight into the sky. A powerful explosion erupted, sending a fireball into the sky. Screams rang out, echoing the sheer panic. The vehicle suddenly caught fire, with flames rapidly engulfing its entire body. Amid the blaze, loud tire explosions echoed sharply, shaking the street. The flames gradually spread from the core, scorching every fiber, turning the ancient tree into a living torch, growling fiercely in the dark night. Large explosions followed the Israeli airstrike targeting the Houthis. A patch of dry grass caught fire, with strong winds spreading the flames rapidly, threatening nearby areas if not contained in time. A powerful explosion erupted, sending shockwaves through the area and destroying everything nearby. Debris flew in all directions as chaos unfolded in seconds. A large fire broke out on the vehicle, which then exploded shortly afterward. After the blast, people scattered in panic. Lightning struck two moving cars on the road, producing a terrifying explosion, with brilliant flashes tearing through the darkened sky. The man tried kicking a smoking washer-dryer, and it suddenly exploded. A reckless and foolish act. A small flame sparked a big explosion, but luckily, no damage occurred. A warehouse on Tykharetskaya Street is blazing up.
A home security camera captured a massive explosion tearing everything apart.
The power lines right in front of the house caught fire fiercely, with wires sparking and crackling explosively, creating an extremely dangerous and tense scene. The flames spread rapidly, threatening the safety. A yacht on the sea erupted into a fierce blaze, with flames roaring and spreading rapidly, proving difficult to control. Thick, dense black smoke billowed high into the air, creating a chaotic and alarming